Emma was not the kind of girl who made reckless decisions. At least, not until that day. She was always responsible, working part-time jobs to pay her rent and attending night classes to finish her degree in social work. Life wasn't easy, but she managed to get by. That's why it surprised me, her neighbor, when she told me the story about the day she gambled her last $20. It was a cold Thursday afternoon when it happened. Emma had just finished her shift at a cafe and was walking home. She had skipped breakfast, and lunch was nothing but a granola bar she found in her bag. Her stomach growled, reminding her she needed food. She had exactly $20 left until her next paycheck, which was still 5 days away. As she passed the corner store, something caught her eye. A bright, colorful poster in the window. Mega Millions Jackpot. $10 million, it read. Emma froze. The idea of winning that money made her heart race. $10 million could solve everything. No more worrying about bills. No more late night shifts. And no more sleepless nights over her student loans. She stepped inside the store, her hands trembling. She looked at the shelves of bread and canned soup, but couldn't take her eyes off the counter where the lottery tickets were displayed. The cashier, a friendly older man named Pete, smiled at her. "Can I help you?" he asked. Emma hesitated. I I want a lottery ticket," she said finally, pulling out her last $20. Pete raised an eyebrow. "Are you sure, young lady? That's a lot of money for just a ticket." Emma nodded. "I'm sure." She walked out of the store, clutching the ticket tightly, her heart pounding with both excitement and fear. That $20 could have bought her food for several days, but instead, she had chosen a chance. A tiny, one in a million chance at changing her life forever. The next evening, Emma sat in her tiny apartment, the ticket on the coffee table in front of her. She turned on the TV, her stomach tied in knots. The numbers were announced one by one: 12, 18, 23, 34, 45, and the bonus number 7. Her hands shook. as she checked her ticket. At first, she couldn't believe it. She checked again, then again. The numbers matched, all of them. Emma had just won $10 million. Within weeks, Emma's life changed completely. She quit her jobs, dropped out of school, and moved into a luxury apartment downtown. She bought a new car, a sleek, red sports car that turned heads wherever she went. She treated herself to designer clothes, expensive jewelry, and fine dining. Her friends at the cafe were happy for her at first. You deserve it, they told her. You've worked so hard for so long. But as time went on, Emma began to change. She started canceling plans with her old friends, saying she was too busy. When she did meet them, she grabbed about her new lifestyle. Her trips to Paris and Dubai, her private chef, her personal trainer. She began to look down on them, subtly at first, then more openly. You should really think about upgrading your wardrobe, she told her best friend, Sarah, one day. That dress is so basic. Sarah laughed awkwardly, but I could see the heart in her eyes. It wasn't long before Emma's arrogance began to cost her. Her old friends stopped calling. Even Sarah, who had always been there for her, finally had enough. I don't even know who you are anymore, Sarah told her one evening. The Emma I knew was kind and humble. This new Emma, she's just not someone I want to be around. Emma was shocked. She had all the money in the world, yet she felt more alone than ever. Emma sat in her luxurious penthouse, surrounded by expensive furniture, designer clothes, and paintings that she couldn't even appreciate. The silence was deafening. She picked up her phone and scrolled through her contacts, looking for someone to talk. The names of her old friends stared back at her, but she couldn't bring herself to call them. They had all drifted away, and she couldn't blame them. A notification popped up on her phone. A charity event was happening downtown. Emma hesitated, but something in her heart told her to go. She dressed simply. No flashy jewelry or designer clothes. and arrived at the event unnoticed. At the event, Emma saw people who had far less than she ever did. Yet, they seemed happy. Volunteers worked tirelessly to serve food, hand out blankets, and talk to those in need. One of the volunteers, a woman named Clara, noticed Emma standing awkwardly by the entrance. First time? Clara asked with a warm smile. Emma nodded. I don't really know what I'm doing here. Clara handed her an apron. You're here to help. That's all that matters. Emma spent the evening serving meals and listening to the stories of people who had lost everything, but still found joy in the little things. By the end of the night, she felt something she hadn't felt in months, a sense of connection. The next morning, Emma called Sarah. She apologized, not just for her words, but for the person she had become. I let the money change me, she admitted. But I want to fix things. I want to be better. Sarah was hesitant at first, but she agreed to meet. Over coffee, Emma opened up about her loneliness and her regrets. Sarah listened, and for the first time in a long while, they laughed together. Emma began to use her money differently. She donated to causes she believed in, started a scholarship fund for underprivileged students, and volunteered regularly at the charity where she had met Clara. She even reached out to her other old friends, slowly rebuilding those relationships. The flashy cars and designer clothes no longer mattered to her. What mattered was the people in her life and the impact she could have on the world. Emma's journey taught her that money can't buy happiness or replace meaningful relationships. It's not about how much you have, but how you use it and the kind of person you choose to be. As I sat across from Emma, listening to her story, I couldn't help but admire her transformation. She had learned the hard way not everything that glitters is gold, but she had come out stronger and wiser in the end. I hope you liked this story.
If you could improve your English a little more, please subscribe to the channel and share this video with a friend. Thank you very much for your support. Take care.